Kittery Trading Post, an outdoor tradition since 1938, proudly presents Big Woods Adventures TV. With your hosts, Hal Blood, Chris Dalty, and Sam and Ruth McEwen.
Hey folks, welcome to this week's episode of Big Woods Adventures TV.
We're at the September Fest at the Kittery Trading Post. We just did a seminar on moose calling and we got everybody fired up for a great show.
This week's show is filmed in Jackman, Maine on a snowy October day. Stay tuned folks, you don't want
Okay, the moose population in Maine is quite high. A lot of people don't realize that Maine really has the highest density of moose in the lower 48. Really great place to hunt. If you split the state in half, the northern half has the highest densities, the southern half the less densities. There's more moose up north because it's really a timberland type forest that's been logged over the years, and it's created spectacular moose habitat. As they cut down the old growth forest, the new growth come up, the moose population has really expanded. We've only had a moose hunt in Maine for probably 30 years now. Before that, there wasn't enough moose to hunt. There was very few back at the turn of the century. They'd been pretty well hunted out for meat and market hunting, but it's a great success story, the return of the moose, and now we've got a great population to hunt.
This week's episode of Big Woods Adventures TV is being brought to you by Kittery Trading Post, outfitters with style since 1938.
Hey Mike, why don't you share some tips that you talked about in the seminar? I think the folks would really like to hear that.
Okay, well, one of the things we talked about was scouting. When you get your moose tag, you got to get up there and you got to scout. Never scout until the bulls have gone out of velvet. That's a big tip. Wait for them to get out of velvet and then do your scouting. If you do any scouting before that time, you're wasting your time. Okay, folks? And time is valuable in hunting, right?
That was just rubbed there. See how nice and green that is? Just rubbed it. This up here is a little old, but something definitely working down here in the last few hours, I'd say. Tough life to be a tree, huh? In moose country.
Okay, once you've drawn your permit, if you're gonna, you might want to consider doing some scouting, unless you're gonna hire a guide to do it for you. If you're going on your own, you want to do some scouting. A lot of people get excited, especially Maine residents. They're gonna run right up and they start scouting for moose in the middle of the summer. It's really a waste of time unless you're just trying to figure out an area with a road system and figure out a certain area to go in. But to zero down your scouting to specific bulls or where there's more bulls located, you'll want to wait till at least the second week of September. They're shedding their velvet, they're starting to rub their horns and thrash in the brush and the alders. Now you've got a real good visual sign of where there's some bulls hanging out. So you can do this by maybe even just driving some of the logging roads, walking some of the old logging roads. If you see a lot of alders and brush racked up by horns, you've got a good area where there's bulls. Another thing you're going to look for is they call rut pits, similar to a deer scrape. The bull will paw the ground, urinate in it, then he actually will get down and roll his mane, his bell in that urine and get that on him. That's an attractant to the cows. But they're easy to locate. Usually they'll make them in kind of a wet spot. They like the water to kind of, mix in and coat things around. So once you've found a combination of these rut pits and those rackings and hookings all over the alders, you've got a good place located. There's some bulls. Next thing you want to do is really go back just before the season, just a few days before the season, and make sure there's still that fresh activity going on there, because once the rut starts, those bulls might wander away overnight. They might be a mile or two from where you thought they were. And so pick out several good areas to choose from and go from there. Then once you've got that zeroed in, you've got your good areas, maybe sit in the morning, sit in the evening, try to listen and look. If you're going to call, maybe do a little calling. I'd urge you don't overcall too much or do too much calling if it's the area you're going to hunt, because if these moose keep getting called and spooked away, it's like turkey hunting or anything else where you're calling. They're going to get shy from it and you're going to cut your chances down once the season starts. Now, a lot of people, when they're looking for these hookings or thrash in the brush, really what they're looking at sometimes is where the moose will actually strip the bark off the trees with their teeth. They're eating the bark. It's usually on a maple tree or sometimes a willow or popple. And a lot of people, if they're not used to seeing it, they'll think that's a rub from antlers, but it's not. If you look at it closely, it's very easy to tell. You'll see teeth marks where it's pulled and stripped the bark off. You're going to look at more or less where it's just mashed and thrashed and things are broken off, and it'll be obvious. If you compare the two things, it'll be obvious to you, and you'll get good at recognizing it.
over there. Yeah. I gotta wait till he's not looking this way though. We'll just wait him out, that's all. See him now? Shh, shh, shh. He's gonna come, just wait. Let him come. He's gonna go right behind this tree. He's right behind this tree. What do you think? Just wait. Just wait. He's not a bad moose. He's gonna come out here. Are you gonna take him? What do you think? Just wait. Just wait. He's not a bad moose. He's gonna come out here. Are you gonna take him? Here he comes. You'll get a good look at him. Wait till he turns, okay.
Take him again?
He's gonna drop, ain't he?
Yeah, he's gonna drop. He's blowing. He's done.
All right, he's got some nice brow points.
Yeah.
Good job. Congratulations again.
That was the bow shot.
Look at.
What's beat up from fighting?
Oh yeah. He got hooked by another one. Yeah, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on that side. What's gonna be the widest on him? Right there. Yeah, 47 and a half, 48 and a half, 48 and a half.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Nice antler on this side. Real nice antler on this side. Yeah. Congratulations, John.
Thanks very much.
Nice job.
Yeah, it was a great job. Unbelievable calling it. It was like, I wanted it close. Well, it came close. My God, it must have been, I don't know, 15 yards?
15 yards, yeah. Called a couple times and he come right in. This is John's first time hunting in Maine, moose hunt.
Yeah, it was great. It was really great.
It's day 2 of a 6-day hunt up here in Jackman, Maine. I'm Norman Terrio, I guide for Cedar Ridge Outfitters.
And I'm John Wark from Kutztown, Pennsylvania. My wife and I came up here. Stay was great at Cedar Ridge. Accommodations were super. Food was really good. I don't know if we're going to make it trying to stay up here with Norm. He kind of floats on these, what do you call them?
These little hills?
No, not the hills. What do you call when something goes through here?
Oh, a skidder, yeah.
Skidder trails is like walking on a beaver dam. I don't know how he does. He must have special shoes, but we were in them yesterday, all day yesterday. We just couldn't catch up, and then today it seemed like they were laying up pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
So Norm says, let's head for some thick stuff, and we just poked along maybe, I don't know, 5 steps, stop and look, 5 steps, stop and look. And we got to this big tree, and he started calling. All of a sudden, you heard some noise in the woods, and we kind of set up, and Norm called him right in. I mean, he was almost at the end of my barrel, right? It was great, really great.
Yeah, a little bit of snow this morning. Started snowing early, and moose, just as the 4th one we've seen this morning. Saw a cow and a calf and a smaller bull we passed on, and just a beautiful day. Nice animal.
Yeah, what's really special, me getting up here, I had some problems earlier this summer. I had a back injury and didn't think I'd make it, but this is everything I thought it would be, and the snow just kind of really made it really cool. It was a really neat hunt, and appreciate your help, Norm.
Congratulations, John.
Thank you very much.
During the rut, or just before the rut, moose start to get real vocal. The bulls will grunt, the cows will moan or call their way. And that really signals the rut's coming on. If you hear a cow moaning or calling, it's kind of a long call that carries a long ways. That cow is either coming into estrus or she may already be. The bull is listening for that. When he hears that, he's going to start working his way over there. He'll probably be grunting as he comes, and that grunt is really quite low.
It's gonna be 48 of them. It's up to you. Not quite 50. He's close, but not quite.
A lot of people talk about shot placement on a moose and wonder maybe what the best shot placement is. We found over the years that really a traditional shot, like you might take a white-tailed deer or something and shoot behind the shoulder and get the lungs, yep, you're going to kill the moose that way, but he's not going to drop there. Pretty much guarantee he's going to run off, and he might run off as much as a quarter of a mile before he drops. Take that into consideration. You might have a big chore getting one out. We found the best place really, if you've got a nice broadside shot at your bull, if you use the hump on the shoulder for a reference point and come down about a foot, 12 inches below the top of that hump, you're gonna drop that bull right where he stands. If you hit where you shoot there, he's just going to drop because you're going to take him right through the spine at the top of the shoulders, and it's over. You won't have to chase him around. So we just found with a good broadside shot, that's a good way to put him right down.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us this week. That was a great moose hunt. Be here next week.
Yeah, we're gonna be joining an all gals bear hunt up in Jackman, Maine, and these girls know how to shoot. They hammer some really nice bears. Yeah, 5 out of the 8 girls get there, and it's pretty exciting. You won't want to miss it.
We're looking forward to seeing you folks again next week. So come on back and join us for another Big Woods Adventure on Big Woods Adventure TV.
Thanks for joining us, folks.
Why am I lucky, Lee?
Because we found the camera that rode down the road quite a ways.